Today, I'm going to be discussing 3 tips on how to protect your peace as a Gen Xer. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Rock Your Decade. My name's Loretta, and on this channel, I hope to be a source of inspiration and encouragement to ladies and gentlemen who are, let's say, in their 50s to 70s, 80s, and beyond on how to navigate the space that we're in right now, because it's different. It's different from how our parents were, and even, how our grandparents were. Things have changed. And a lot of us are trying to find out, how do we navigate this space that we're in now? How do we, relate to the Gen Zs and still be current, And so it's a big thing. I'm having, lots of conversations with people my age and younger. And it's a topic to pull the pieces out. So on this channel, we'll be discussing all things mental health, health wise. We'll be discussing relationships. We'll be discussing things that we want to do, mindset, for example, finances. We'll be discussing things that I like to do, like traveling, fashion, makeup, all those sort of things. If you're interested in them, then please subscribe, join the tribe, and let's build a community. I'll be 60 next month. And, it's a big age, it's a big decade, and I've been looking forward to it for a few years. There was a time when I thought I wouldn't make it, but the grace of God is always with me. And I'm looking forward to that. But in order to look forward to it, I've also got to drop some things. I've also got to put on some things. And protecting my peace is paramount. In fact, all millennials should be, and Gen Xers as well, should be looking to protect their peace. It's so important. I'll be looking at my notes. So if you see me looking down, it's not because, I've forgotten where I am. It's because I need my notes to kind of give me the next point so that I accomplish everything that I want to say today. Okay. So what is the absence of peace? We talk about, we think about peace is like stillness. It's like, calmness. But what is the absence of peace? The absence of peace is anxiety. It's poor mental health. It's continuous sadness, irritation. It's anger, worry, sleepless nights, too much sleep even, not eating, too much eating. I mean, when you're eating because you're not at peace, it's different from eating because you like the taste of something or you're going out with friends. That's a condition. And peace doesn't always mean the absence of trouble. No, it doesn't. Peace rather means that you have that calmness, you have that peace whilst you're going through the trouble. Okay. And God, because I'm a Christian and I always say it, he promised to leave his peace with us. And so I can go through stuff, but know that, you know what, my God is with me. And that's, that's a blessing in itself, because, some of the things I've been through, I don't know how I could have got through. I wouldn't even be here today, I believe, if it wasn't from the God that I believe in. And so, yes, I'll be looking down at my points. Okay. So God has promised us peace, and we need to protect it. If you protect something, what does that look like? what does it look like if you're protecting your child, if you're protecting your home, if you're protecting your car? What things would you put in your home? What things would you put in your car to protect it? Doesn't mean that something might not happen to it, but at least you're protecting it from the onset. And I would say number one is not to become embroiled in other people's business. Don't do it. Don't do it. And especially if they don't ask for it. You know, some of us, like empaths like myself, we're so keen to encourage. We're so keen to support. I am the friend you call up and say, I need help with this. What do you think about that? Let's pray about this. And I gladly do it because I empathize with people. But there are times when I have learned that drink your water and mind your own business. And I'll tell you a quick story. There was a time when someone rang me up, a friend, and asked me if I could speak to another friend who was upset about something. And I thought, yeah, sure, I can do that. And so I picked up the phone. And I didn't mention the problem because she didn't tell me the problem. But I did say, you know what? Don't worry about it. Be still. You know, these are things that happen in life and it too shall pass. And just as I was talking, she said, who told you? And I thought, whoa. And she cut me down as quick as I had started. And I was like, wow. And that was it. That was about 12 years ago. And I have never, since that time, mentioned that subject again. We've never spoken. We've spoken many times. We've gone out. But that particular issue, we have never discussed it again. And I've never brought it up. And she has never brought it up. And the other friend who asked me to get involved, you say that person was probably wiser than me. That's why she didn't get involved. But yeah, I got involved and I shouldn't have. I should have just minded my own business, or at least have waited for her to come to me. Now, there are times when someone can come to you. And if you feel led, you can say your opinion or you can give your counsel. But now, coming into 60, nah, I'm not doing that. That's one thing I'm doing to protect my peace. Okay? If I feel the Lord pressing something on me, yeah, I'll pick up the phone and I'll say, I feel this. I feel that God is telling me something to encourage you. I'll do that. But I will not get embroiled in things that don't concern me. So if you are enjoying this content so far, please like and subscribe, join the tribe, and let's build a community. Second thing, boundary up. Boundaries are there for protection, okay? Your well-being and for maintaining healthy relationships. And even for, fostering a strong sense of self. It's important that you put boundaries in place. So what do boundaries do? They help define your personal space, okay? They set limits on acceptable behavior to ensure that your needs and limitations are respected. So if you don't want somebody asking, number one, you don't want somebody asking you questions, you shut it down. You put boundaries in place. You don't want people talking to you in one way or the other, you put boundaries in place. Maybe you put boundaries in place where you're not visiting family members as much because they always put you down. I had a friend who, was going to see family members. And every time she went to family members, these particular ones, they always made her feel worse. They put her down, they put the children down. She came back almost crying all the time. And I said, why don't you limit it to occasions? If there's a wedding, if there's a birthday, yeah, go. But other than that, put your boundaries in place. It's so important. Boundaries for everything. I don't want... And a quick story. At work one day, we were many years ago, many years ago, and we were all in the office. And something happened, and a person decided to bring my husband up as a joke. She has never spoken to my husband. She's never spoken to me about my husband. Why would you do that? And immediately, my back went up and I said, excuse me, I'd rather you didn't mention my husband's name. In fact, don't ever mention my husband's name in front of anyone. If you want to talk about my husband, who you don't know and haven't spoken to, come and speak to me. But I don't want any jokes, any kind of play here, play there about me or my family. Thank you very much. And I'm sure it must have been about 15 years now. And she's not done that. So that was a boundary that I had to put up. My family is not up for jest or discussion in office meetings. No way. Number 3, no is a full sentence and doesn't need any explanation whatsoever. You know, I thought in my 60s, I'm going to try and say no more often, because sometimes I'm always trying to people please. You know, I was a chronic people pleaser, always looking for affirmation. But the problem is when you do that too often, you lose your respect. And so I think going forward, and even, I think everyone should learn how to say no. Because usually when you do say yes, you're not happy that you said it. Say no more often. And then when you say yes, you'll really be intentional. Okay? And often we feel guilty for our choices. And we feel that we need to explain, I can't come because... I can't come because my son's doing this, or my dad's doing that, or I've got an extra. You don't need to explain it. No is a full sentence. Okay? And autonomy, as in choice, is so important. You have to have, or should I say, you have to use your right to make a choice. You have to use your right to make a choice. And if that choice is no, so be it. Even God said, choose life. He's asking you to choose it. If you don't want to choose it, you don't have to. God doesn't force anyone to walk. He wants everyone to come to him. Yeah, he wants everyone to know who Jesus is. But it's not by force. If you say no, he knows that you have the right to say that. And he might press on. He probably will. But he'll respect the fact that you said no just now. He's not going to strike you dead because you said no. And we need to be like that as well. When people tell us no, we need to just say, okay, is that a no? And then think in your mind, is it a no for now? Or is it a no for forever? So those are my 3 tips on how to protect your peace going forward. And I hope they're, relatable. And I hope you can use them going forward. Until next time, don't forget to rock your decade. Bye.